Now we'll go on to number 16. Welcome, Ben. Actually, you know what? Does anybody need a break? It's an hour and a half into this so far. Nope. All right, go for it. No time for yoga.
All right. Good evening, Mayor Harris and members of the City Council. So the item before you is in regards to General Plan Amendment 1902, Rezone 1902, and Environmental Assessment 1906. So with that is to consider the request for the General Plan Amendment and rezone of 1.82 acres located on the east side of Garden Highway north of River Oaks Drive. And familiar with that site is Blackburn Tally to the north. And there we go. Blackburn Tally to the north, the wastewater treatment facility to the east with the stormwater detention pond, and the residential area to the south. So the project was considered by the Planning Commission at its meeting on November 13th, 2019. The Planning Commission approved parcel map 1902, which created 2 lots. Additionally, they approved Development Plan 1901, providing for construction of a new 9,100 square foot Dollar General retail store, and proposed General Plan Amendment and rezoning applications along with adoption of Environmental Assessment 1906. The proposed General Plan Amendment will change the land use designation from office park to community commercial, allowing basically instead of office to go in, to allow that Dollar General store to operate under that use. And then the traffic analysis that was studied also it proposed a auto parts store into the second parcel, which would match the amended zoning. Staff prepared an environmental assessment, including an initial study, mitigate negative declaration, and mitigation monitoring program. So with that, and the general plan land use map, you'll see a change going from the pink on the left, the office park, to community commercial on the red on the right. The Planning Commission concluded that the proposed general plan amendment and rezone will further the goals and policy of the city's general plan with respect to infill projects and economic development. The proposed commercial designation would be consistent with the range of mixed land uses in that area. As discussed briefly, of the commercial to the north with the industry, and you have the stormwater to the east, and so it's a good transition there. Here's the attached parcel map that was approved at the Planning Commission. It shows that split. And then we have a site layout to show the site's a little bit interesting, where it has the access is to the north, which it technically comes across a flag lot on the city property. And if you remember, we had an easement that we approved through City Council a little while back. We're allowing that in order to facilitate one access on Garden Highway and not cutting into the medians and making multiple accesses. So here's a rendering showing the front of the store facing Garden Highway, as well as what the sides of the store will look like to the north and south. And so as noted previously, staff prepared an environmental assessment for the project with the highlights from the assessment in the biological resources, cultural resources, greenhouse gas emissions, noise, and traffic. And with that, I'd like to make the recommendation to adopt a resolution approving General Plan Amendment 1902 and Environmental Assessment 1906, including associated mitigate negative declaration, and introduce an ordinance by title only approving rezoning 1902. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
No questions. All right, does anybody from the public care to comment? All right, back to council for a comment and a motion.
I have a question.
Right.
In reviewing the documents provided, and I just, some of the changes was on the rezoning area and the consideration of office space, because that's the current zone, right? We're changing it from office to commercial. Is that
Correct.
the request? And so will that impact future opportunities for office spacing? That's my question.
Yeah, there's other office space throughout the city designated in the general plan. And this particular parcel, I know that the Garden Highway improvements came through in the 90s, and we haven't heard of any proposed development until now. And so 20 plus years, and this is really the first application that's come in for that. There is some office to the south, down by to the south here. I think just a little bit south to the west, there's some existing office. But at this level, there's not a substantial issue with affecting office throughout the city.
Then what about the impact of potential increase in lighting in that area because of the residentials, how it backs up to some residential homes onto that property?
So with this being community commercial against the residential, there's an existing wall there. And there's definitely, through the development plan process, there'll be consideration of the light. When they submit for building plans, they'll have to give us a light study that basically shows what that candle, foot candle is around there to make sure we don't have that bleeding coming across. And so the applicant here with Dollar General is here with their operating hour, with their, they can answer more questions regarding their operations. But where this is at, it's a good transition against residential. It's against a block wall, and it's to the north of the site against an arterial roadway.
Okay, were there any response by the property owners within that 300 feet?
I have not received any responses.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we're here to adopt a resolution if someone would care to move that.
Okay, I move to adopt a resolution approving the General Plan Amendment 1902 and Environmental Assessment EA 1906, including associated mitigated negative declaration, introduce an ordinance by title only approving rezoning 1902.
Thank you. I will second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Move on. Thank you very much, Ben.